Hi, in case we haven't met before, I'm Julia Bramble and I help business owners and marketing managers in the UK double their new sales, their new customers, and their new leads using the power of social media. I've been featured in The Guardian and the Evening Standard, and I count myself lucky enough to be the only retained independent business growth advisor for Nigel Bottle's Entrepreneurs Circle, which is a position I've held now for 3 years. So you could say that I know a bit about what it takes to grow a business. I'm lucky enough to have worked with clients including Nigel Bottrell and also Brad Burton of 4N. I work with businesses from startups to some large concerns such as the second largest magazine distributors in the UK, because the principles of growing your business using social media are the same, whatever sector you're in and whatever size of business you're in. And what I wanted to do today is to speak to you today about something that is just hugely exciting that I really wanted you to know about sooner rather than later. So let's crack on. Yep, it's that time of year again, folks, isn't it? When we need to be gearing up for the dreaded C word, the Christmas promotions, the time to make the most of that time of year when people's wallets and purses open faster and more often, probably, than at any other time at all. Also, so the season of goodwill, of course, for our customers and our suppliers in business. So not only are we thinking about really trying to ramp up our sales and marketing at this time of year, but we're also thinking about planning for 2015, because we need to get our plans together before year end rather than trying to scrabble around at the beginning of the year and think, oh, what was it I wanted to do now? Because we want to be hitting the ground running and really making the most of all the opportunities out there. But for both of those things to have the results we want, and involved at the heart of both of those things is one thing, and that is lots of happy customers. So that's what we want. And getting happy customers means going out there, as we know, finding people who want what you've got, and then letting them know that you've got what it is that they want. Yes, Julia, we know all that. That's the basics of marketing. And then we get the sales on top, don't we, where we persuade them that actually they would like to part with their money with us rather than with anybody else. Marvellous. This ain't rocket science, Julia. What have you got to tell us? Well, I was just wondering actually, what went through your mind when we started talking about Christmas promotions and planning for next year? Was it a bit of panic? Was it a bit of negativity? I was hoping that we'd all be massively excited, but you know what? I know some of you would have been thinking, oh, for goodness sake, do you have to remind me about all that hard work that I've got to go through just to get a few more customers through the door? Oh, for goodness sakes, where am I going to find the time to do all that on top of what I'm already doing? There aren't enough hours in the day as it is. Oh, Julia, please don't remind me. I've got to spend out all that money on new marketing campaigns, getting a whole load of new stuff printed, getting new designs done, getting little Christmas baubles put on stuff, not to mention the effort. Where am I going to find the time and the energy to put together new campaigns that are going to make a difference? More importantly, how can I go out there and actually find the people who are really interested in what it is that our business has to offer? That's something that I always struggle with. They are all responses that I know some of you will be coming back with, because I've been speaking to lots of businesses recently, so I know what it's like out there. Or maybe one of your thoughts has been that, well, actually, yes, I've got some really big growth plans for next year, and I really want to have a massive Christmas. That's on my list for getting sorted this year, but I'm actually finding it increasingly difficult to get a return on my marketing. My budget stays the same, or I increase it year on year, but actually my return on spend is going down. It's actually getting more difficult to get a return in my sector. Or I think I've actually exhausted all the channels that I possibly can. I don't see what I can be doing differently in order to get those different results that I want. Yes, I want big growth next year, but I don't actually know what else I can try. I seem to have exhausted everything. Or maybe you just don't have the time to actually invest in putting new campaigns and sorting out new channels, getting those all set up. And for some businesses, I know absolutely there are problems with cash flow. That could be you too. You could be sat there thinking, you can talk all you like about Christmas and next year, Julia, but actually, I just want to get to the end of this month and be able to pay my bills, pay my staff. I need to get a few new customers through the door right now to sort out my cash flow problems. Well, you know what? What I've got to tell you is going to help with that as well. There is a massive opportunity for British businesses, well, businesses all over the world really, but I focus on British businesses, and there is a massive opportunity out there right now that you could be grabbing with both hands. It doesn't take a lot of time to set up or think about. It certainly does not take a lot of money. You can start to get results from as little as £10. How fantastic is that? And in the space of a couple of hours, you could be getting results in for that spend. I hope by now you are really starting to get excited and thinking, whoa, Julia, please come on, tell us all about it. Well, here it is. Hold on to your hats. The amazing opportunity that I wanted to share with you today comes in the shape of Facebook and Facebook ads, to be precise. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, Julia, Facebook, yeah, done that to death, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, thank you, I'm switching off now, goodbye. No, stay and just give me a couple of minutes more of your time. I want you to listen up. Some of you will be saying, Julia, for goodness sakes, Facebook is so passe. You know what? My customers just aren't there. Well, I'm sorry, but 1 in every 7 people on the planet are on there. The 45 to 54-year-olds increasingly are jumping on there. But you know what one of the biggest sectors is? It's the 54-year-old pluses, because people want to be there finding out about what their children and their grandchildren are up to. But you've got all ages who are making the most of Facebook now, and you've got people who are customers for businesses of every sector. Facebook is now not only a haven for people who want to chat to each other, and for people who want to follow TV shows, and for people who want to play games, but it also has a huge number of interest groups on there. So people go into Facebook to find their interest group on, say, property investment or gardening or cycling, whatever it is, and chat to like-minded people in a really just nice, open, friendly way that not a lot of other networks actually provide. So whether you are as a business in B2B or B2C, whether you are in retail or whether you sell services, I promise you, your customers will be using Facebook, and therefore using Facebook ads as part of your growth and your Christmas strategy will be a really smart move for you. You don't need to listen to me trying to convince you anymore. I'd like to tell you a story, if I may. I'd like you to meet Ian. Now, Ian runs a car showroom. In fact, to be precise, he runs a car dealership, 2 of them, in a different part of the country from where I'm based, down in Devon. And we had a call actually a couple of weeks ago, towards the end of September. Ian was getting mighty nervous. I don't know if you know, but car dealerships, as you can imagine, you guess, car dealerships have to meet quarterly targets which revolve around the number of units they have sold. Not too surprising, really. And this quarter wasn't looking too great for Ian. The target wasn't yet met, and to put it in his own words, he was sweating a bit. So we had a call, and what I arranged to do was to have a Skype session with him for a couple of hours on the Saturday morning, because you know what, he really needed to get out there and do something. And I just had a hunch that using Facebook ads properly could help him out. So we jumped on Skype, and basically that just meant that he could watch what I did as I set up a Facebook ad, watch my screen, so that he could then go away and do the same thing afterwards. That's exactly what we did. We spent a couple of hours on Skype together. And this is what he came back and put out on Facebook at the end of that day. Well, I'd heard all the hype of Facebook ads, but have been blown away by the response today, Julia. Julia Bramble, you really know your stuff. If anyone is wavering about joining Julia's Facebook Accelerator program, I wouldn't hang around. I'm looking forward to whatever else you teach us in that group. 4 hours, 70 clicks, that was to his web page, and 6 sales leads have contacted us already, and all this is to buy a car in a highly competitive market. And that's not a small sale after all, is it? And 1 sale so far, bring on Monday. So that was the response just on Saturday after his ads had been out for 4 hours. On Monday, this was what he put out on Facebook. Great month end. Quarter target hit and exceeded. Happy dance danced. And mostly thanks to Julia's training on Facebook ads. I can honestly say I have never had an I can't speak today, I'm so excited. I can honestly say I have never had an ad campaign bring so many inquiries. If you are members of Julia's Facebook Business Accelerator, you will have seen the results I posted earlier. It wasn't just the amount of leads, but the great quality. Happy days. Julia, did you ever think you could sell cars? I have to tell you that I was so absolutely delighted. I was in tears when I saw that because I was just so pleased that Ian had A, had the foresight to contact me about it, and B, had just gone out and done it and absolutely smashed it. That was as a result of a few ads put together on a Saturday. Now, Ian can find his way around Facebook, but he's not a techie person by his own admission. And yes, he can think clearly about his customers and he knows what they want. But the stuff that we put together, we didn't have time to think about laying out a grand planned campaign or anything like that. Just had to get out there and do it. So I just want you to imagine for a minute what using the same kind of technology could do for you in your business. Julia, that's all very well, you telling us all about that example, and very nice too, but you know what? I'm in B2B. I sell to business owners. I sell to managers within businesses. You know what? Happy days. They are your customers, but they are also still people, and they will be using Facebook as well. They might be jumping on their lunch hour, for example. They might be jumping there or breakfast time before they leave the house, listening to the radio. They've got their phone on. Maybe they're grabbing a quick cup of coffee before they shoot off out. And I am sure that they will be on there while they're sat there watching Great British Bake Off or Gogglebox or whatever it is that they watch on the telly in the evening, even if it's just to catch up with their friends and to make a few comments about the programme. Just because you sell B2B doesn't mean to say that you are not selling to people. And you can still get Facebook ads working for you. So I would like to introduce you now to Hazel Jarrett. She comes from my neck of the woods, lovely Devon, and she runs an SEO agency. So she is as B2B as they come. But she knows a good thing when she sees one. So she came along to one of my Facebook ads courses actually. And this is what she said afterwards. The step-by-step training was simple to follow and made learning easy. I've been able to not only target the right people, but also tweak my Facebook ads in order to get the best results. The outcome is that I've tripled my email list in less than a week. Wow. For less than £10, I've generated far more leads in far less time than any other form of marketing that I've tried. Today, as a direct result, I gained a new client that was looking for a long-term partnership with a good SEO company. Thank you, Julia. Well, that speaks for itself. I just really wanted to share that example with you to let you know, direct from the horse's mouth, from somebody else, that whether you are in B2B or B2C, Facebook ads can work for you. So please, please, please consider putting it into your planning for Christmas and for what you do next year, because you can do it too. You can do it with a small amount of time. It took Ian a couple of hours to get his Facebook ads out there. You can do it with a small amount of money. Hazel spent only £10 to get all those leads that she got in, and she got a brand new client worth hundreds, if not thousands of pounds to her business off the back of that. How wonderful would it be for you to be able to replicate that in your business? What are you thinking right now? Okay, Julia, I'm interested, but how do I actually go about finding the right people? Julia, it sounds a bit technical, you know, I'm not really a techie person. Julia, we already do everything to do with Facebook. You know, we do ads, we boost posts already. Oh, Julia, I've heard horror stories about Facebook ads. They're just a money pit, aren't they? You know what, Julia, you've got my interest, but I don't really know, to be honest, what a Facebook ad is. Mind letting me know? Well, you know what? I know that they're the kind of questions that you're thinking about because I speak to business owners all the time and they are exactly what they come up with. And I would like you to know that very soon I am going to be launching an opportunity for you to get to grips with Facebook ads really easy and really simply. And it's going to be an online training course that takes you right from being a novice or a newbie at running Facebook ads right up to all the tips that the pros use to get the very, very, very best results. So whether you've never used a Facebook ad at all in your life, or whether you have used them and you've tried them a little bit, but you haven't really got the results that you wanted, this course will be absolutely perfect for you. It's put together by me, a British business owner, for British businesses. Because the only other options I've seen out there are courses run by American business owners, which are fantastic, but actually Facebook looks quite different in the States from how it looks over here. We get very different targeting options, and obviously the people we're targeting have different tastes, we have a different culture, and so I wanted to provide something particular and specific for British business owners. But I also wanted to provide a course that would get everybody thinking about the right type of Facebook ad to use for each particular situation in your business. I've not come across any other option that actually encourages you to think about the strategy that you're going to use. And actually getting the strategy right is a big part of it. Once you've got that sorted, the rest falls into place. So this course will not only take you through showing you step by step just what to do to set up your Facebook ads and get the very most from your time and money, it will also be encouraging you to think about the best strategy to use. And there will be different things that you will be wanting to do with different types of ads depending on what you are trying to achieve. That's coming out very soon, so I just wanted to let you know. But what I wanted to do today was go over the basics of what Facebook ads actually are and why they're so amazing, to inspire you to go out and start planning for using them in your business. And then in the next 2 emails, I'm going to be including links to videos that will actually cover off some of those other questions in more depth, so that by the end of these 3 emails, these 3 videos that you're going to see, you will have enough knowledge to be able to go out there and create your very own Facebook ads and really start to get those results that we've just been talking about. So today I'm going to show you in my own Facebook timeline just what a Facebook ad is, what it looks like, and we're going to talk about why they are actually so amazing. And then next time, what I want to do is take you through how to set up a Facebook ad. And by doing that, I'm also going to illustrate to you why boosting a post on Facebook is usually not the best option for you. And worse than that, actually, quite often, doing a boost post can just burn a hole in your pocket. Whereas if we set up a properly targeted ad, which takes very little time more, we can get absolutely hugely ramped up results. And I also am going to show you how Facebook goes out of their way to help you find exactly the people that you need to show your ads to. Facebook is just brilliant at helping you get in front of your target customer. And there are lots and lots of different ways in which they let you do this, not complicated ways, but lots of ways. And so I want to go through that with you as well so that you can go out and find the people who already know that they want what you have got to sell, and the people who don't yet want to buy it but might do so in the future. I really hope you're itching to get started and see what I'm going to go and show you on my Facebook timeline. I just wanted to say that although I've been running Facebook ads for clients for 3 years now, I cannot believe how that time has flown, but it really is 3 years. And I've got some mammoth results over that time, including being able to add 2,000 names to a customer database over the course of 10 days only for one client, and achieving £6,000 worth of sales in only 72 hours for another client. I really truly believe that the most exciting time for businesses to be making the most out of Facebook ads is now, because Facebook have just suddenly made it a huge lot simpler to get started. They've added huge amounts of different opportunities in there for you to get in front of the right clients for you, and the cost is still very, very low. So the most exciting time is definitely now, and I really hope that I have inspired you to think about Facebook ads as part of your marketing campaign. What we're going to do now is whiz across to my Facebook and have a quick look at what a Facebook ad actually is. So if we roll ourselves back a couple of years, the Facebook ads that we were allowed to put out then were these little box things on the side here. And that was what a Facebook ad was. So you can see you've got an image, you've got a headline, and you get a tiny little bit of text. And you know what? Very quickly, people who are on Facebook themselves grew wise to the fact that these were adverts. People felt that they didn't like being sold to. And so very often we would find that actually these adverts in the right-hand column would get disregarded, and the results that people got back from their adverts, the conventional Facebook adverts, just weren't as good as they were when they first started out, when they had that novelty value. So last year Facebook actually brought in a new form of Facebook ad, which is this. And you wouldn't necessarily recognise that as being an advert, would you? And you know why? That's because to all intents and purposes it is just a Facebook post. So this is a Facebook post that has been written by someone who is an admin of a Facebook page. So it's a Facebook post to all intents and purposes shared on a Facebook business page. But instead of just being seen by everybody who likes that page, it has been run as an advert. And running it as an advert means that we have paid Facebook a small amount of money to show that advert to many, many, many more people than just those people who have liked our page. And this is the clever bit. When you pay Facebook some money and run an advert, you can say to Facebook that you want to show your advert to X people. And you can say, right, Facebook, I want you to go and find me, for example, all the people who live within 25 miles of Exeter, who have children aged between 4 and 7, who are recently divorced, and who like buying food from Marks and Spencer's, and also like watching the Great British Bake Off. Marvellous, isn't it? And Facebook will let you find all those options. You can also choose to show your ad to people based on who they work for or their job title. You can show your ad to people just in a very small area or the whole of the United Kingdom or even other countries. You can also exclude some areas if you like. You could show your ad to people who recently became engaged. You can show your advert to people who are expecting a baby. You can show your advert to people who are frequent travellers or who came back from travelling less than a week ago. You can show your advert to people who own a particular type of mobile phone. And Facebook are also bringing in a filter that allows you to show your advert to people who have got a particular level of household income. So how exciting is that? All you have to be able to do to make it happen is put together a Facebook page post as you normally would on your Facebook business page, set up an ads account, and show that post to many more people than have already liked your page. I really hope that the potential for all that has got you hugely excited and inspired. So please look out for my next email where I'll be going through and showing you how you can put an ad together and why, in most cases, you don't want to boost a post, but you do want to properly target your ad. Till next time, have fun. Bye.